And off we go from Denver. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Dak going to start out going to the air. Able to hit his target Lamb. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
The first carry now. This is Williams. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's able to get this out past the 40.
A gain of 6. That's good for a Cowboys first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Prescott to throw it. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he'll go right back to Lamb. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him, and I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Pat Surtain getting down from his corner spot to make that play.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Prescott now from the 50. It'll go as a gain of 4. And 3rd and 8 now. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And his kick is good. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They work now on 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now it's Nix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit. Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 2nd down and 4. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
Here's Nix. He'll try and do this himself. A beautiful fake. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Broncos first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. They will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys 31. Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now Lutz for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Finds Pickens out right. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Cowboys first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Yes, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Here's Prescott. Pickens on the slant. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route, and the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
They'll get this down to the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 38 now, here's a 2nd and 7. Prescott now. Out right, he finds Tolbert. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jaden Blue, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Two good drives on their first two possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL, so they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
Broncos 3.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun is Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 38-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 10-3 our score after one here on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Nix. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Nix to the air. A short throw to Ingram. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
A 31-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. That is caught by him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
That's another Cowboys first down.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, Prescott. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
Now a 2nd and 10. Prescott. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. Pickens is there on the crossing route. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now Prescott. Finding Tolbert here over the middle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
First down. 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. They'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. He's going to get it again. And this time he is in. Yes. Javonte Williams taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys add 6 to their lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Aubrey now for the PAT. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's going to have the Broncos first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
And the Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 37.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
That's another Broncos first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's second down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
The offense on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Nix from the shotgun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 30. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Here's Nix once more. Now he'll tuck this and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Now it's Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. To throw, here's Nix. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Franklin. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be second and a couple.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. From the 4, it's second and a couple. Here's Nix. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's 2nd and 3. Prescott down. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
And a Cowboy first down.
Prescott from the gun. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Finding Williams on the check down. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 14. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
Cowboys first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. Oh, and he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far And that's going to be how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he's going to have the Broncos first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's a give to Dobbins. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Nix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
That's good for a Broncos first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Nix to the air. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
A big play there on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. And he gets halfway there from a 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Harvey is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will...
They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's finally out of bounds, but he gets it to the 25. What a return.
But whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Here's Prescott. This one swung out to Williams. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
First and goal at the 10-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Tolbert, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Aubrey now for the point after. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Cowboys.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Tolbert touchdown grab. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Nix. And that'll be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the gun is Nix. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
The Broncos send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 64 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
1st down. A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Dallas.
Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, field, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Prescott to throw it. Left side to Lamb. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Well, he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1. And I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Denver's offense ready to go again. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Sam Williams bringing him down that time. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing Nix. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Nix from the shotgun. That is caught. And he will have the Broncos first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 39.
That's good for Broncos. First down.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Now it's Nix. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The Broncos on third down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
First down. 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Kenneth Murray gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing, the O-line coach will.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now You know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Prescott. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. Under pressure, and they got to him again. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him. The 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here's Brian Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll take it at the 42. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
To throw, here's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Here's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Back to the air with Nix. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Nix. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going. It's Nix. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Williams to start the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 26. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Off the option, here's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Javonte Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Broncos 15.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. Looking to put a drive together. Nix to the air. Now complete this to Ingram, is tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you try not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. 2nd and 4. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. 7 yards there and a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Nix to throw again. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Here's Nix once more. They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Back to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that will lead to a third and goal.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on fourth and goal. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they say it's never easy to come into Denver to win because of the altitude. They look pretty comfortable in the altitude.
They certainly did. I'm not quite sure how they got prepared. And it's always been a big debate about what to do. I lived out there at one point. I lived in Colorado Springs. And I remember saying to someone after my second or third day there, like, this altitude thing, this is no big deal. And day 4, it hit. And it hit hard. And it took me a while to get ready and get acclimated. So some teams, they like to come in early, try and get on a schedule and feel good with it. Other teams say, forget it. Let's not let the effects jump on us. They come in as late as possible, as close to kickoff, and play. Whatever way they did it, it worked in this one.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.